Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. So, today's job is to make this look hopefully something like that. But like with not, where is it? Ooh, that fancy bit on the end that you can't see. But yeah, roughly this sort of shape. This is the important bit, this side here. Because this is what comes up to the engine bay and behind the steering rack. So cut that down to size, feed it in, make it a bit longer so I can cut it off at the back if need be, and then run the rubber hose and then put the steering rack in. That's the plan. So I'll cut that first and then I'll show you hopefully some footage under the car of me struggling to fit it. Right then, so after lots of swearing, steering rack is back in. Don't forget the gaskets. And the fuel line is mainly in. So I wanted to reuse these, look, but yeah, God knows what thread they are. So I've got these little P-clips. I wanted to use them on them. So if anybody knows what nuts I need for them, because they're all under the car as well, I really like to use them. So that's it up to the engine bay now. The main thing was, like I said, to get the steering rack in, and then I can adjust accordingly now. So that's feed, that's return. So we just need to, now, the next thing is to try and get this bloody subframe in. But before I do that, I'll show you underneath the car, just so you've got an idea of what's going on under there. Right, so underneath the car, you've currently got, they go up into the boot area there, obviously where the fuel tank is and the fuel pump sits. I'll need that gasket in there eventually. And they come down. Now they're currently cable tied here. Don't worry about that. It's just a temporary thing while I was trying to get them lined up or in rough position. So there's a fuel clamp there that you can see that I've screwed in. I really want to, like I say, I really want to use them there. There's quite a few of them all the way down. I'd really like to use them for the fuel clamps. So if anybody does know the nut that goes on there, that'd be ideal. Now I know they look untidy and they're not straight and etc, etc. But once I've got all the fuel lines on, once I've got the clips on, I can then manipulate them to be straight, and then wherever they're too long, just chop them down at this end or do it at the engine bay end. But that'll do for now, because once the subframe's back on and everything like that, I can then look at doing these fuel line clips properly. But priority today was to get fuel lines on in position so I can fit the steering rack, so I can fit the subframe. So let's get on with the subframe. Right, so I don't know how well this is going to come out, but I'm conscious that you're not really seeing much. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, and then I'm showing you when I'm done. So this is more or less the last bit to install the subframe. So we're on 1/2 inch gear here, inside the car. This is where you need to be. Stretch Armstrong. So 1/2 inch or 13mm, whichever takes your fancy. I'm just going to nip that, I'll get that somewhere near, and then we need to do the bottom of that, which is there and there. So again, you won't be able to see this back bit here, but all I'm doing is nut and washer, holding it inside the cab, inside the floor with my finger at the moment, and then stick on it. You'd be knackered if you had shorter arms than what I've got, because even I've not got the longest arms, so I'm struggling. Come on. Right, there we go. That's just a cardboard box in the way. So the idea is get these somewhere near. You're currently balanced on the bottom arm and the strap rod end, so you'll have to bear with me. They're in rough position, and then it's a case of feeding these in. So that through there like that, and that one through there like that. Moving up. No washer back. So again, this isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but it shows you what I'm actually up to. Right, there we go. So I'll put a nut and wash on either side of this. So this frame is on the top two at the moment, top two bolts, and on the other side it's on a jack, just supporting it slightly on that block of wood that you can probably see on the far left, and then it's on two axle stands as well. I'm on my own here, so if something happens, I'm knackered. So try and be as safe as possible. So that one on, and stick one on the other side. Brilliant, so they're somewhere near now. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one here. Let me see if I can reposition you a bit. Let me just reposition and come back. So I'm trying to reposition you, but I can't. But you can see there, it mounts there, there, and underneath there. So I'm going to tighten these up, and then I'll show you all the points where it mounts to. Right then, so that's all bolted up into there now. So that's solid mounted there. The fuel lines, as you can see, they still need to tuck in a bit more here, but I can do that. It was just mainly to get it behind the steering rack. Steering rack's in place now. And then obviously the subframe, so I'll go to the front of the car so you can see it all installed. Right then, so it is installed. So you've got your top mounts either side, solid mounts. Woo, look at that little thing peeping through there, look. And then probably just look down there, you can see the solid mount. I don't think you'll be able to see it that side, but that is the subframe installed. I'd really like to put the wheels on, the hubs and everything like that, but unfortunately I've not got time today, I've run out of time. But that will be the next job, to put it back on its wheels and roll it forward, and then, well, in fact, roll it out so we can start looking at putting the engine in. But yeah, like I say, the priority was to get them installed, and as you can see, there's a gap all the way down there. They just need a tiny bit of manipulation. They'll come up to here, somewhere around about here, and then the fuel rail sits roughly there. So they'll both go onto there using the rubber hose. But yeah, all in all, pretty successful day. Tiring doing that on your own and doing the fuel lines on your own, and the steering rack actually. They're probably a two-man job, but they're just a ball ache, but all done. So there we go. So exactly what I said, I managed to get fuel lines installed, which is a massive bonus, to get the steering rack in, and then to get the front subframe in. So that's done. Like I said, I would have really liked to get the hubs on, but I've run out of time today, so I'm going to have to do that another day, but that shouldn't take too long realistically, if I can find where all the bloody bolts are. And then that's up, drawing that toolbox there, I think. So yeah, that was the priority, to get that installed, and I've done that. And then once the wheels are on, the car can be pushed out, turned around, pushed back in, and then this engine that I keep going on about can be installed. It's worth the wait, boys. It's stunning. It's really pretty. I think so anyway. Yeah, so engine and box can be installed, hopefully for the final time really. I don't think there's much more that needs to be done. That subframe is in for the last time, by the way. That's definitely not coming in and out. The engine, who knows? You know, they're always getting pulled out there if you ask Cole from Classic Mini DIY. I just snipe everybody, don't I? They all snipe me saying they don't have a Mini, so they can all have it. I'm going to be at Bingley Hall 13th of March, I want to say. That's Sunday. Definitely going to be there. I'll probably be walking around with that lazy boy in the wheelchair that can't bother walking. I'll be with him. Also known as Alex Toon, who keeps getting recognised everywhere, you know. He won't tell you that, will he? Yeah, I'm waffling now, boys. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it's not riveting. I'm turning into a bit of a Paul P where I tell you I'm going to do something, do it, and then bring it back and show you I've done it. But YouTube is not my priority, or not my hobby, should I say. This is my hobby, spannering and good music and just getting stuck in. And it clears your mind and gets you off, gets you focused for and you start thinking about other things. So yeah, that's the priority for me is getting the car done. YouTube comes second, so I'll film as much as I can, but sometimes it's dead awkward to get in, and then you think you do your job and you think I should have filmed that really, but too late, already done it. But everything's installed and we're making progress. Thanks for watching, have a great day.